June already. It's so hard to believe. But I wanted to just be able to come on to just share something with you for Mental Health May and just for reminding you through all the series that we've been doing for this month that for you get a chance to be there with you to see yourself. And so if you don't know who I am the founder of Moving Beyond You. I am a trauma and toxic relationship recovery therapist and coach, helping you to break free from toxic narcissistic relationships to establish healthy, nourishing relationships with yourselves and others. And so I wanted to come on live today because I wanted to be able to let you know on how we don't really realize on how rejection is protection. And a lot of times, I know we talked about friendship breakups and just being there for yourself and authenticity, but a lot of times we fight the times where we have to be authentic because we're so worried about what someone else is doing or thinking. And so know that I wanted to kind of dive deep into that this time. So, really, we've all been there where we have been faced with rejection, but we feel like it's something to do with our worth and what we see ourselves as. And I'm trying to let you know that is not the case. You have the power to choose and how you perceive what's going on. So, I'm going to let this group know, Intentionally Thriving Group, to know that you can be able to see and how rejection is taking place. So whether you're dating or with a sibling or not being invited to something, you know there's a lot of things in the background that you can take it as versus taking it personal towards you. Rejection does not have to be this one-way ticket to negative town and going on a spiral. It says nothing about you. It's an opportunity to recognize that you are being involved with someone who doesn't have the same or aligning with the same values as you do. So I want you to think about it as just like some force that is trying to, whether God, whoever you want to use, that's trying to guide you on a mismatched connection. Is just being able to trust that process. But I know sometimes that can hurt. So we are just going to go on here and break it down. And I'll do it with one. When you experience rejection, and I'm going to put some notes here, I like to have my notes. When you experience rejection, it could mean you're being protected from being with someone who seeks a different type of relationship. You deserve a love that fits you like a custom-made gown. There's no one-size-fits-all situation. So I want you to see on how with rejection, it's protecting you from being in the wrong type of relationship. And I know in the beginning you might not understand it, but it's really being able to, like I told you, to trust in the process and knowing that if someone wants a different type of relationship than you, whether it's friendship, if you want to be able to kind of hang out or have friendships where you're not being insulted, that's okay, right? You can let the person know, but if they're not accepting it, that says nothing about you. So for number 2, know that you're being protected when you're dodging a bullet with someone who has their own healing journey to embark on. And a lot of times we don't realize on how everyone has their own healing journey. So if someone is ghosting, know that it has nothing to do with you and someone's ghosting. They're ghosting because you do not know how to communicate, which says a lot about how they will deal with relationships. They need to focus on themselves right now, which is okay. You want to be able to have someone who's ready to grow and build with you because that is what you are worthy of. Number 3, what I want to dive deep into is you're saving yourself from settling for someone who's simply not a match. Life is too short to force a connection that doesn't feel like fireworks and laughter. Your perfect match is out there, and it doesn't. I don't want you to think it's always when it comes to romantic relationships, because I don't want you to feel like you have to be in a place of feeling like you. Yes, it's beautiful to have, but I want you to be so comfortable with feeling good within you. And I remember I used to be able, I hated when people would tell me that. Like, what do you mean by I have to love myself or do? But I want you to feel so good within you, because when someone's not treating you the way you want to be treated, it's going to be easily not to be able to take it as something's wrong with you, but more so this person's not able to fit my needs. And I talked about a little bit more in last week's live. So it should still be up. So make sure to check that out. Oh, and I wanted to pause right here because today is the last day that you can be able to get your tickets for the Uncorked and Unwind event. So know that this is the last day for it. It will be closing. If you need more, if you want to get your access to a ticket and not sure, we only have about 2 more left. So let me know if you want to have this full day for yourself, because it's very important for you taking time out for you. So if you want to do that, let me know. We can kind of get that started. And I'll put the link in there below. Okay, next, what we have is you're avoiding being with someone who fails to recognize your worth and value. And how many times this happened when it comes to whether dating or friendships, when you are so worried about how the other person is thinking or if they're going to reject you, and know that it's okay, right? There's billions of people out in the world that are going to be able to see you for you. And that's going to be what's important when it comes to that. You deserve to still deserve someone who sees that and cherishes every facet of who you are and your well-being. So I just want you to recognize that and know that. So you're going to be redirecting your time and energy to people who see you. Okay. If you have any questions on today's live or have any feedback on how you dealt with rejection, let us know below, because we want to know that we're not the only ones.